Hi there, this is Spencer with Xima Software. Today's session is going to talk about CRM integration and how it works with Xima CCaaS. First things first, just like you normally would, sign into your web browser as an agent. Now, if you are licensed for CRM integration, it'll pop up like this and prompt you, stating that you won't be able to use CRM integration tools unless you have the application. Go ahead and download it by clicking here. There we go. It's going to download, and from there, you click skip, go ahead and log out, run the application, and sign in with that application, just like you normally would on a web browser, except this time on the installed application. Click login. A couple things to notice here that are a little different. Bottom right hand side is going to have Xima CRM Integrator launch successfully, then a little splash screen in the middle. This is just the back end running its commands and its prompts that it needs to set you up for CRM integration. After about 30 seconds or so, when the splash screen goes away, go ahead and click on the ellipsis tool on the top left-hand side, go to CRM settings. Now, on my environment, I have HubSpot set up. It looks simply just like this. It requires an access token, which you can get from your administrator within HubSpot. I copy-pasted that in. Just to make sure, if I want to test that connection, click here and click check. And it's going to load successfully, which means that's a good API key and we're good to go. And then click save. That's legitimately all it needs to be done in regards to HubSpot integration. Now, there's some variables here that take place. One that you might have noticed here already is Zendesk. It's a little different, but you can also authorize with Zendesk. This one just requires a domain, an email address, and a password. Someone with pretty much admin rights to sign in to Zendesk to allow for that same authentication, and then click save. Now, last thing to kind of talk about here is there's about 300 different integrations. Not all of them are listed here, but a lot are. Go ahead and click on the one that you want to look at, see if it exists there and what authentication requirements are required. Now, if it does not show up in this list, or you'd like to really inquire, hey, does Xima support this one? Reach out to the support team, they can let you know. Now, on that same note as well, the 5 features we're going to talk about today, many of these CRM integrations do support these features, but each CRM is a little bit different. So you might get 1 or 2 of these features, you might get all the features like I'm going to show you, all the same. This is what we have to offer with HubSpot specifically when I give you this demo. The key features, if you have a CRM that supports all of them, is click to dial. Basically, you can click on a number and you can click on the phone to have it dial automatically. Caller preview, being able to see the call as it comes in based upon your database within your CRM of the person who's calling. It tells you that information. Contact popping, automatic or manual contact popping. So in essence, in HubSpot, for instance, it comes in based upon the caller number. It produces that record in that account within CRM automatically, or if you rather, you can manually pop it. Address book search. You can search within the address book as it relates to the CRM system, and then click to dial from there. And then lastly, we'll wrap up with activity logging, which essentially just allows you to log the activity within the CRM system and link back to it within our system. Because it's the easiest one, let's start with click to dial. Again, on the top left-hand side, if this has not been set up, go ahead and do so. CRM settings, right here on the main page, you'll notice the browser extension. The one I'm going to highlight here is the browser extension. You can download this browser extension. Looks something just like this. Go ahead and download it. Again, mine's already downloaded. And once it's downloaded, it's very simple to kind of find a number on a web page, for instance, and click on it. Go ahead and click on the number. Once that's clicked on, it produces right here within the system. I can go ahead and click that and dial out.
Hello, and thank you for calling Xima Software.
Just like that. The next feature is caller preview. And that looks like this. Notice that it says Spencer, Porter, CS Test. This is my company that I've made up here. Go ahead and answer. In addition to the fact that it had a caller preview, so the ability for me to look who's calling and maybe adjust my verbiage or my script prior to answering the call, it also popped up automatically to the screen pop right here. This is just a contact within the CRM system based upon my dialed party number. It pops up into my account. So if I live and breathe in my CRM, I now have an option here to come in and write a few words of information, notes, or whatever else I need to. I'll have all the customer information for this contact built in here at my fingertips. In addition to that, let's say you don't want to do an automatic pop-up. You can just simply do open in CRM, click that, and it does the same thing, the same endpoint. It pops up manually into this. So you have 2 options, one for automatic, one for manual. This is all set up and configured over here. As administrator, go over here to Screen Pop Integration. There's a few of them set up here. One I set up here just as an example, CRM training test. Okay, I have decided who would have automatic screen pops for. Come in here and select the people who are licensed with CRM to have an automatic screen pop. If you want the CRM functionality and they're licensed for CRM, totally fine. If you don't want them to have an automatic screen pop, then don't select them here. Really that simple. So if you want to use manual, just go ahead and have them licensed and they'll be able to click that button and manually pop to CRM. Otherwise, select them as a user that you want to have pop for it. The method in this is, of course, Xima CRM Integrator. That's what we have as far as application is concerned. But there's another method called embeddable link. This allows you a little bit more manual configuration, does not require the application, and it gives you a few more features such as embedding it. Okay, but when you embed it, keep in mind that it really depends upon the policies of the CRM system you're embedding with. Okay, again, this is the browser version, not the CRM version. CRM version does not allow for that. Okay, last thing to kind of point out here, what I showed you was call is connected. So basically when I answer that call, it then pops into CRM at that point. But you have other options, such as call is presenting. Basically the call comes in, it's presenting, ringing the agent. I can then have it pop at that point in time, which is really cool. Next one is if I have web chat. If a web chat is started, I wanted, based upon the email address, pop up to that record specifically. Then call is completed, meaning I hang up the call, and at that point does the record pop. So a few options here. These are all kind of optional in regards to if you want automatic screen pops or if you want to kind of customize how and when this pops, you have the option here as well. The next feature is going to be the address book search. Click on the plus button, do a new call, and a little address book here. So I'm going to go ahead and search for my person. It queries the CRM database, and I have a few accounts here with my name. So that's the one that came in that I popped for earlier based upon the number, but I can actually dial that. Okay, and the last thing that I want to highlight here is activity logging. As you see here, there's a call that was logged. You can see the information such as incoming, the caller that came in, the number, the notes, if there were any associated to that, account codes, and then a record link. Record link is kind of cool because it links back to our database within our system, and you're able to see that information. So as an example, if I click this link, it opens up that cradle to grave record as you see here. It automatically expands it. I can see all the information here. I can look back at the duration. I can look back at the number. I can look at the flow. I can also play back that recording if there is one. Kind of a neat way of linking back from CRM to our database to show the information accordingly.